All right, welcome to Talking Investing. I'm Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. Today, I want to talk about Marathon Digital Holdings, stock ticker MARA. They are a Bitcoin mining company. Their stock is going through the roof right now. So they put out an operational update yesterday. I want to go through that and then talk about what is going on with their stock, because this company really baffles me. So you guys let me know what you think down in the comments. And we're going to take a look at their operational update. We're going to take a look at their chart and see what's happening. So everybody, please remember to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Also, please smash the like button. It helps the channel out a lot. So let's talk about Marathon. The first thing I want to show you is they are up 25% on the day today. We are in the middle of the trading day on Friday, July 8th. Now, they were up somewhere around 25% yesterday as well. So this is back-to-back days where this stock has gone ballistic. And it's not on small volume. Yesterday, they traded over 20 million shares. Their average is about 10 or 12 million. Today, they're at already 23 million shares, and the day's not even half over. So on massive volume, this stock is going up massively. And when we get to the charts, you're going to see they're up over 60% in the last couple of days. And when we dissect their monthly operational report, you're going to see it is subject to a massive amount of interpretation. So this is all about people's faith in management and whether or not they believe what Marathon is saying they're going to do. This is not about what Marathon has done, because this was, just factually speaking, this was the worst monthly operational report they've had in the last year and a half. And you're going to see they give some signals that next month might even be worse. So off of all of that news, their stock is skyrocketing. And there are some reasons why. So I don't want to say there's no reason for this, but I do think it's up to everybody's judgment. This is one where you're really going to have to do your own due diligence. You're really going to have to come to an assessment of how you feel about management, and do you believe that they are going to do what they say they're going to do, because they make some what I consider rather outrageous claims. I'm not saying they can't do it, but man, what they're proposing to do would be historic amount of growth over the next 6 to 8 months. So let's get to the actual report and go through what they said. Okay, Marathon Digital Holding announces Bitcoin production and mining operations update for June 2022. Now, they had given us a heads up a week or two ago that June was not going well. So that part of it does not come as a shock. They had already let us know that. So some of their highlights they say up here: company produces 707 Bitcoin in Q2 2022, up 8% year over year. So 8% is anemic growth for this company. They've spent well over $1 billion since the first quarter of 2021, and all they have to show for that is an 8% growth in their production. The company now holds 10,055 Bitcoin directly after eliminating investment fund structure. We'll talk about more what that means. That is actually a good thing in my opinion. Cash on hand was $88.7 million, and total available liquidity was $153.7 million at June 30th. So we'll talk about that as well. But as I've been talking about in all my videos recently, liquidity is crucial right now. Right now, Bitcoin obviously is in a bear market. We have had a good week this week, a good couple of days. We'll see if it holds till the end of the day. But overall, Bitcoin is down significantly. We're in the low 20,000s. We were at 48,000 back in March, and we were at 69,000 back in November of 2021. So we are way off of our highs. Typically, these monthly operational updates start with a bunch of bullet points. Here's how much we produced. Here's how much we're holding. Here's how many machines, etc., etc. But they take a different approach right now, and you'll see why. They start out with management commentary. So they say, in the second quarter, we continued to work through several operational obstacles as we progressed with installing miners in Texas in preparation of energization, said Fred Thiel, Marathon's chairman and CEO. In April and May, our Bitcoin production was impacted by ongoing maintenance issues at the power generating facility in Hardin. So this has nothing to do with Texas. They were having problems in Hardin in April and May. And then they say on June 11th, the situation was exacerbated by a severe storm that passed through the region, damaging the power plants, cooling towers, and leaving our 30,000 miners in the region without power. So those 30,000 miners was basically all of their exahash, or the vast majority of their exahash. So those are now offline. So they have not gotten any of the new machines online. And just to put it in perspective, when last I checked, they had over 70,000 machines in boxes in Texas waiting to get hooked up. And now here's 30,000 machines that were running that are now offline. So that's 100,000 machines that they have that are currently offline. According to the most recent reports, these miners, which represent over 75% of our active fleet, appear to be mostly undamaged by the storm. The ground crew at Hardin continues to make progress as they work to bring the power plant and our miners online in a reduced capacity. So we're already a week into July and these are not online. They're working towards getting them online in a reduced capacity. So basically what they're telling us is July is going to be just as bad as June was. And make no bones about it, operationally speaking, June was an absolute disaster for these guys. So maybe all these reasons are correct. Maybe all of this happened. Maybe it's just the perfect storm, if you will, and they're going to right the ship and, and everything's going to be great and they're going to win in the end. But when you're a company that has 100,000 Bitcoin mining machines offline, things are not going well at the moment. Okay, then they go on to Texas, which is where the vast majority of their operation is going to be. In Texas, despite multiple assurances that energization would occur in June, Compute North's energy provider is still awaiting federal agency confirmation of its exempt status for tax purposes based on its arrangements with Compute North. Compute North is going to host Marathon's machines, and the energy provider that Compute North uses has a tax situation that they're trying to gain a certain tax status of exempt, and that has not happened. So that's 2 steps away from Marathon, and there's really nothing they can do about it other than wait. We now have 29,640 miners representing approximately 2.9 exahash per second installed and ready for energization in Texas. So that's 2.9 exahash that's ready for energization, but again, those are just sitting on the sidelines. So they're unboxed, they're installed, they're up, they're just not running. Then they say approximately 20,000 of these miners representing an estimated 1.9 exahash per second have been installed at Compute North's first major facility, which is located at a wind farm in West Texas. It is our understanding that the entirety of this first facility, which will house approximately 68,000 of our miners, is still on track to be fully constructed with all miners installed by the end of the 3rd quarter of 2022. So what they're saying is by the end of the 3rd quarter, by September 30th, they're hoping to have these 68,000 miners online. That's somewhere just under 7 exahash. So that would be a big, gigantic improvement. Now, in the meantime, I expect the 30,000 at the Hardin facility will be offline by then, in my opinion. It was already their plan to transition all of those away from Hardin into their Texas facility, so they're currently not even running or working. So I can only speculate, but we don't know what's going to happen to that 3 exahash. But here's, the better part of 7 exahash they're saying they're going to have online by September 30th. Then they say, despite the current operational challenges, we are working to capitalize on hosting opportunities and are actively engaged with various hosting providers. Ultimately, we look forward to working through these near-term friction and striving to solidify Marathon's position as a leader in the space. Okay, I'm going to jump around a little bit. Later near the end of this update, they say, given the current construction and installation schedules, coupled with the company's pipeline of potential new hosting and power arrangements, Marathon continues to expect all 199,000 miners producing approximately 23.3 exahash to be installed by early 2023. Additionally, the company expects its mining operations to be 100% carbon neutral by the end of 2022. Okay, so they're talking about 23.3 exahash sometime in the next 6 to 8 months. Okay, so now I want to go up to recent highlights, and I'm going to start with the last one here. Due to the storm, currently operating mining fleet was reduced to approximately 6,300 active miners producing approximately 0.7 exahash. And Bitcoin production was significantly reduced in June with 140 self-mined Bitcoin produced during the month. So that is a massive decrease in the amount of Bitcoin that they're producing. They were pushing 500 a month 3 or 4 months ago. They did not quite get to 500, but I think about 480. They're now down to 140. But more importantly, they are, as a company, operating at 0.7 exahash right now, and they just said that they want to get in the next 6 to 8 months, let's even say 8 or 9 months, they want to get from 0.7 exahash to 23.3 exahash. That is their plan. That is their story. They're sticking to it in this press release. That's what they're saying they're going to do. So obviously, if they do that, that is a monumental game changer, right? That's almost a 30x in the amount of mining equipment that they will have up and running. So I think it's a 28x from here. So maybe they will do that. That is their plan. They have a lot of these machines. Like I said, I think they have somewhere in the order of 100,000 machines already in their possession. So I'm not saying that this can't happen. What I am saying is you've got to trust management here, because so far it's been delay, and their exahash rate actually isn't going up. It's gone down month after month after month. Yet still they maintain that they are still on course. Their plans have not changed, and they will be at 23.3 exahash early in 2023. Miner energization and installations. Marathon's expectations around the energization of its miners in Texas are based upon the most recent available information provided to the company by its hosting provider, Compute North. Marathon was originally informed by Compute North that energization of the company's miners in Texas would commence on April 17th, 2022. Okay, so that didn't happen. Marathon was then informed that energization was scheduled for May of 2022. That didn't happen. As of June 8th, Marathon was informed that energization would likely occur during the month of June 2022. So that did not happen. Now they're saying as of June 6, 2022, the energy provider for Compute Northwest Texas site has yet to energize Marathon's installed miners. The delays in energization are the result of Compute North's energy provider awaiting federal agency confirmation of its exempt status for tax purposes based upon its arrangements with Compute North. So their energy company that they're once removed from through Compute North is going to get some kind of approval from the government. So I don't know when that's going to happen. They said it was going to happen in April, and then May, and then June, and then July. So none of that happened. So I have no idea if that's going to happen, when that's going to happen. I mean, I don't know that there's any guarantee that that's ever going to happen for all I know. So, and I'm not saying that it's not going to happen. What I'm trying to say is right now, there is massive uncertainty. This is a gigantic company. Their balance sheet is a fortress. So in a lot of ways, this company has a lot of good things going on. They also have a massive amount of machines in their possession. And you can see by the price action since this was released, the market is FOMOing into this. They are afraid that this could be true, that Marathon is going to get up and running and they are going to do all the things that they say. And if they do, then there's no doubt. I mean, Marathon stock will be worth multiples of what it's worth today if they can get to the point that they're talking about in the next 6 to 9 months. But we seem to have immediately switched with this press release from a situation where people didn't believe Marathon and the stock was going down and down and down, and people were more afraid they were going out of business, to now suddenly with this press release, it seems like instant FOMO has hit. And people are more afraid, investors are more afraid that they're going to miss the run up. Remember, this was an $80 stock 7 or 8 months ago. So they were down at about $5. Okay, so I want to look at the chart from the big picture. This is Marathon on the 1 week time frame. And I just want to look at this one for a second. If you look back in November of 2021, so that was really only 7 months ago. If you go from their high on November 8th, 2021 to their low on July 5th, 2022, so again, 7 or 8 months, they were down 93.7%. So this stock had absolutely collapsed. Now, to be fair, that's not much worse than all the rest of the Bitcoin miners. This space was down around 90 to 92% on the average amongst all 20 of the publicly traded Bitcoin mining companies on the NASDAQ. However, 93.7 was amongst the worst. And again, this got down to $5.25 from $83. So now I'm going to zoom in. So this is Bitcoin on the 1 day time frame. So you can see the first thing I'm going to do is a quick calculation. From their low on July 5th to their high today on July 8th, this company's up 68%. So that is a monstrous run up. So I don't know if they are going to hold these. There could be more upside ahead, right? Because this company was down 93.5%. So the thing is, really, this is 100% about investors deciding, do they believe management of Marathon that despite the series of setbacks that they had, and there's been a series of setbacks. Maybe really, truly, it just was everything that can go wrong, did go wrong, and they're working to fix all that. They do have a lot of money. There's a lot of money behind this company. They hold a lot of hardware, so there's a lot of the pieces of the puzzle in place. They're just not at the finish line with any of them for some reason. So it looks to me like for whatever reason, at the moment, people are panicking and FOMOing back into this thing, which tells me their confidence in management and their belief that this is going to happen has increased dramatically. So personally, I don't know. I read through these and I'm not sure why this changed anything. This is all the information that we already knew. The only new thing that we really learned in this was that it looks like they're letting us know right here at the beginning of July. July is also going to be an awful month from a production standpoint. So again, I've said this several videos ago. To me, this is a lottery ticket. If they can get their act together, they have the pieces of the puzzle to be a monster. So yeah, they could run back up to their all-time highs. However, if you judge them on what they have done for the last 6 months, each month just keeps going from bad to worse. So this is a tale of two companies. It's going either one way or the other. I have no idea which way this is going. So this is not financial advice. I couldn't tell you whether or not to invest in this if I wanted to. So I'm not telling you to invest. I'm not telling you to stay away. Please do your own due diligence. I'm just saying the volatility in this one is astronomical. So I am fascinated by this company. I'd like to see how this all plays out. That would be great if they got their 200,000 machines plugged in and they were, a year from now, they were a monster. And for those of you who have your money in this, I hope that happens. I'm not there yet personally. So again, you guys got to make your own decision. But this is back-to-back days so far that they're up close to 25% 2 days in a row. So the market believes. All right, that's all I got on Marathon for now. I will definitely continue to update this situation. So if you made it this far, please remember to subscribe to the channel and smash the like button. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.